Hey guys, back on YouTube. I'm really sorry, guys. I've just gotten behind. Haven't really had a chance to make any videos through week one and week two. So this video may be a little longer. I just want to go over everything and talk about what's been going on. So week one, we play the Giants. Going into the week, I was confident. I thought the Cowboys would win the game, and we did. I thought our defense would play a little better. And let me finish before you start thinking anything. I thought we would play better, as in not giving up as many points, which we did play well defensively by making turnovers. We caused numerous turnovers, and that's something we've not seen in a long time here in Dallas. So that was nice to see. That's a good sign, and hopefully we can continue to do that going into week three now. If we didn't do it in week two, we need to start doing it again in week three against Sam Bradford. DeMarcus Ware and all them guys really need to put the pressure on Sam Bradford because we all know that he's not very good under pressure. But back to week one, the offense didn't look great. Dez Bryant never got anything going, ended up hurting his ankle. Tony Romo took a pretty bad shot to the ribs, so he was bruised up, but he still played decent. He didn't play great, but he didn't play bad. The interception there to Terrence Williams wasn't really his fault. It was the rookie mistake there. We're gonna have those. We've got a young player there, but it was good to see him make a play against Kansas City. Again, back to the Giants game though. We played hard throughout the game, and I loved our attitude and our emotion that we played with. I thought it was nice. You could definitely see that there was some of that chip on the shoulder attitude in that game. That hey, they've come into Dallas and we've never beat them in our new stadium. So I could definitely see the chip on the shoulder for the Cowboys there. And then we go to Kansas City. We go into Kansas City, a confident football team. We look great, we're happy with what's going on. We like our defense. I knew there was some mistakes to be fixed, and the Cowboys just didn't play well offensively at all. Dez Bryant, I'm a big Dez Bryant fan. He's one of the few Cowboy players I've actually met. Very nice guy when you meet him. It seems like he's grown up, but then there's those things that he does that just it drives you crazy. Dez played amazing in the first half. Just tore it up. Made a great catch and even got one taken away from him on a bad call on a pass interference, on offensive pass interference. That was a bad call. But Dez played well in the first half, and I thought, hey, Dez is going to play like this. They have nobody that can cover him. We'll burn them all day with Dez. And then the second half comes up, and Dez goes completely away and even drops a crucial pass right in his fingertips that Tony Romo laid up perfectly for him. So the fact that, and again, there's people blaming Tony Romo again. Guys, why? Why do we want to blame Tony Romo? Last week against the Giants, he gets hurt, and you guys are also, oh no, the season's over. We're going to have to put it up in Kyle Orton. But then when we have him, he's playing through an injury, and we lose, it's all of a sudden, oh, get him out of Dallas. I don't understand your incentive there. I don't get it. And I love the Cowboys. I think we have good fans. Some of them drive me crazy. I've gone over it 100 times that just really, really bothers me. But back to the game against Kansas City. The offense never clicked. We couldn't run the football. So I want to comment on DeMarco Murray. Is DeMarco Murray as good of a back as we think he thought he was? He had a few big games here and there, and when he's in the game, we seem to play better. But the funny thing is, these first two games, he's not been looking nearly as good. And I thought, in my opinion, now you can correct me if you think I'm wrong, I did not believe that he was running into his holes that they had blocked for him. I thought the line did a pretty good job, and he didn't hit his holes. He always tries to bust things to the outside, and that works in college. That's why he was such a terrific college football player, but that doesn't work in the NFL. You've got to hit your holes. You can't try and go 100 yards, 80 yards every play. Sometimes you got to take what's there. Murray needs to get better at that. Lance Dunbar, he comes in and has a nice run, nicer run than anything Murray had done on the day, and then he makes another nice catch, and then a guy just barely touches his arm and he fumbles the football. So we've got to fix that. Lance Dunbar can be a good football player, but he cannot keep fumbling the football. He coughs it up, and that kills us. Tony Romo's fumble, guys, that was not a very good play by Tony. I do admit that, but I don't blame this game on Tony Romo in the least bit. Now, again, he's playing with bruised ribs. I mean, give the guy give him a little bit of slack for that. Another complaint, Bill Callahan. Look, I am happy that we got somebody else to call the plays. I am not wanting to fire Jason Garrett. I never did. And I did want a new play caller. I'm happy we have somebody else calling the plays. I'm fine with Bill Callahan. I'm not real thrilled with some of his play calls. When we were moving the ball against the Chiefs, it was when we were throwing the ball down the field. Throwing the ball a little farther down, not throwing little short dump passes, bubble screens, stuff like that. And I thought he did a little bit too much of that in the second half, and that kind of came back to haunt us. The one play in the goal line there, 3rd and goal, Dez Bryant has single coverage on the edge, and we throw a bubble screen to Terrence Williams. Not a fan of that, obviously. I don't think anybody was. I would like to see, if we're going to run a bubble screen, I'd like to see it be Dwayne Harris, not Terrence Williams yet. Dwayne Harris is kind of like a Dez Bryant. He's not quite as good, but he is the same in one way. Is when he touches the ball, you always feel like there's that chance he can make something good happen. And that's something cool about Dwayne Harris that I really like. The kicking game. This is where we looked good. Look, Dan Bailey has surpassed DeMarcus Ware, Jason Witten, Tony Romo, DeMarco Murray, Dez Bryant. He's surpassed the whole team. He's our best player. Our kicker is our best player. And it's funny the way he kicks the ball. From 50 yards out, he kicks it, leaves his foot, and you're going, oh, that's good. You don't have to kind of sit there and do some of it. It's good. It's right down the middle. And that's a beautiful thing to have with a kicker. So Dan Bailey's our best player right now. Things need to change. That's not good if our kicker's our best player. But Witten has not really been, in week 2, he didn't really get just a whole lot of touches. Miles Austin's not getting enough touches. Miles has caught everything been thrown to him so far this year. He looks like he's got that jump back in his step. He looks good again. So week 3, let's throw the ball to Miles Austin. Let's get Jason Witten back involved in the offense. And let's run the football a little better. The offensive line's doing relatively a lot better than they were last year. There's a mistake here and there, but that happens with every team. And I believe Tony Romo is going to get better. He should be healed up a lot more, ready to go. And I think Tony Romo is going to be solid from here on out. The defense. This is where I want to comment on the defense. They looked pretty good last week for the most part. They gave up a few big plays here and there that really bothered me. But you know what? Hey, 17 points. I don't care who we're playing. If we only give up 17 points, we should win. As good as our offense is supposed to be, we should win every game only giving up 17 points. That's not good, okay? Let's see who I want to comment on. Sean Lee played pretty well. Bruce Carter, just average. DeMarcus Ware, though, guys, he's made a play. He makes plays here and there. He made an interception against the Giants, but no sacks. In week 2, he had a couple sacks, and should have had another one if that timeout wasn't called. But look, delay a game, whatever one. Well, I can't remember which one it was, but you can comment if you'd like and let me know. But DeMarcus Ware, and I didn't see him getting double teamed very much against Kansas City. That really bothers me and kind of worries me a little bit. So it'll be nice having Jay Ratliff and Anthony Spencer back in the lineup. That way we know he can't be double teamed. And we can have a nice defensive front there. I really think Hatcher's doing a great job. And George Selby's doing a pretty fancy job. I talked about him in the preseason to watch out for him. I was impressed. Hayden, though, has not really done much. We're really weak on the defensive tackle. I think that's just about it, guys. Mo Claiborne. That's my last subject. Look, guys are being pretty hard on him. He's not been as good as I thought he would be. But he's not been bad. Now, we took a first-round draft pick on him. We need him to do better. I don't blame him for that loss. That one play, it was a questionable call, very questionable call. I didn't think it should have been a flag, but, they did call a flag on them for defensive holding when Witten didn't get held. But they also got us on the offensive pass interference early in the game. But I'm not against Mo Claiborne. I like him. We need him. And I'm not cutting down on this team yet. We're 1-1, guys. The division is struggling. Why are we so freaked out right now? I don't understand why we're so freaked out at 1-1, and all the rest of the division is not doing as well. We're still alive. It's not like it's over. We still got plenty of football to play. Don't get down on your team, guys. Keep giving them support. We're not the Texas Longhorns. We're not 1-2. College football, if you're 1-2, you're done. If you're 1-1, it hurts you. This is the NFL. We're okay. All right. And I don't want to talk about Texas, by the way. Don't want to get into my horns. But guys, that's pretty much all I have to say. Going into the Rams game, we need to be able to play better defense. We need to get those takeovers like we were in week 1. The offense, Des Bryant, play well in the second half. Give us something in the second half. Don't drop those passes. Lance Dunbar, hold on to the football. Limit turnovers on the offense. Jason Witten, get more involved. Give more touches to Miles Austin. And have Terrence Williams step up every now and then. And my last but not least comment, run the football. Run the football. We've got to run it. DeMarco Murray. Put Joseph Randle in if we need to. I like Randle. I think he could really help this football team. So use both those guys. Oh, and one more thing. Play Dwayne Harris. Put him in as a receiver. The man's working his rear end off on the special teams. Give him a few chances at wide receiver. See what he can do. All right, guys. Hey, we're going into St. Louis. I think we win the game. I'll say we win the game 35-16. I think we beat them pretty easy. Dallas doesn't blow people out very often. I do think we beat these guys pretty good. I think we'll be fired up. I think we'll be ready to go. I don't think the Rams have any answer for our pass rush, and I think we should run the football very well. We all know DeMarco Murray's big game against St. Louis a couple of years ago. I look for that to happen again. So I guess that's pretty much it, guys. Go Cowboys. We're not in any kind of trouble yet. If we lose this week, I might be a little worried, but I think we win. I think we go to 2-1, and I'm feeling pretty confident about this team. Go Cowboys, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Take it easy, guys.